Hey guys,
All right.
welcome back to Punt Situation with Polk, Scott, and Sapp. What's going on, guys?
Hey man, glad to be back on the air, and let's talk about some football.
Ooh, football. I
Heck
like
yeah,
that.
we're gonna talk
All right.
about receivers. So we already ran through Sapp's list. Not bad. Definitely had a few things I would change.
Yeah.
Champion
We're
would
all
change,
gonna
but not bad. So we got Scott's, and then we got mine. I don't know, Scott. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let me go ahead and pull up your list. Um, and we are. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yep.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hip, 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 hip. All right, that should be it.
There we go. Let's scroll on down a little bit there.
That was yesterday's topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can look at this terrible list.
Oh God.
No,
Yeah.
it
No, it's
wasn't
not.
bad.
It's not a
No,
terrible list, guys.
it wasn't bad at all. So we're on running backs now. So
No, sir. We're on wide receivers. Where you been?
we're on wide receivers now. Now I
Yeah.
got excited. Oh no! See, there's Saps list again. Too too many things, you know.
Lots of things
Really,
happen.
it's the
It's okay. It's all right.
yeah.
We'll be okay.
All right, wide receivers. There we go.
All right. So pretty much it's going to be same a little bit with Sapp, but a little different there. Of course, your number one's going to be Cooper Cup. I think we discussed about him a little bit there. He's got the gunslinger Matthew Stafford there. He's got Allen Robinson there with him now. I think it's going to even help him even more be a productive wide receiver. The guy gets open. I mean, nobody can cover him, and after his catch, he runs an extra 10, 15 yards before somebody gets him. So what's to say? He is the number one wide receiver right now. He's just been dominating the last couple of years. I have Devontae Adams at number two, just the fact that he is Devontae Adams. Okay, and with Derek Carr, throwing to him, he's just going to be even better. I think better connection than he had with Aaron Rodgers. That's in my opinion on that. We talked about it a little bit. If he plays down, he's gonna get those catches. He's gonna get those extra yards for you. He's gonna get you those extra fantasy points that he needs. For you guys. My third one's going to be Justin Jefferson. What's to say about this kid? Sapp talked to him a little bit about him. I mean, he's just super fast. I don't think he's going to lose any more catches. I think he's going to gain more catches this year than he did last year. I think he's going to be a little bit more touchdown dependent than Thielen last year because Thielen's getting older. He's in his early 30s. His injuries and everything. You're just going to see Justin Jefferson just be even more dominant. At number four,
just like what we basically say is a lot of the first three receivers are going to be pretty consistent with what everybody has, maybe in a different order, but
yeah,
these three guys have dominated the league, and they're going to continue to dominate basically. So I just wanted to point that out. That I think Sapp had Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams switch. So.
Yeah. I had Cup Adams. I'm sorry,
right.
I had Cup JJ and then Adams.
Right.
But
I didn't mean to cut you off, Scott. I just wanted.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Jamar Chase.
If y'all can't see that, also by the way, I have a little technical difficulties on his list.
But
everybody seems to be seeing it, but you.
Yeah.
But
that's all that matters right now. So
okay, I wasn't sure.
Well, now I can't see.
Go ahead, Scott.
I can't see my list now.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks.
Let me.
But my number four is going to be Jamar Chase. The connection last year with Burrow. A lot of people were concerned that Burrow couldn't. Yes.
Okay.
They're just concerned. Last year they were concerned about him, and he, if they're going to make that connection like he did with the LSU. But I mean, Burrow and Chase proved everybody wrong. Go ahead.
The reports at a camp initially were the ball was too big, or he was having problems with
exactly.
the ball, right?
Yes, yeah. Remember that?
And
I
then,
do remember that.
Yeah.
Everybody was concerned about that.
Everybody,
but I knew that Chase was going to be a great wide receiver last year. He just the guy goes up and gets the ball. I mean, Burrow can throw it up higher and he'll catch it some way somehow.
And the one thing I love from watching, Burrow's great. I think he's going to continue to be great. But one thing I liked about Jamar Chase and watching him is his break tackles. The boy fought. He didn't go down. The first time somebody hit him, he shook off plenty of people and turned a 10-yard catch into an 80-yard catch touchdown. So, if he continues that passion and that drive, he's going to do great things in this league. So,
what I also like about Jamar Chase, I know it doesn't help in fantasy points, but I mean, he's also a great blocker too. I mean, I've seen him a couple of times last year in that game, some of his games that he made a block where Mixon just went in and just, ran by, past him. And so he's all around good wide receiver. And I think eventually he's going to be that top 3 wide receiver later on in the years. And guys, if, with dynasty leagues, you definitely need to get Jamar Chase in there as well, if you haven't already.
Yeah. Yes.
He should have already got drafted last year.
There's no way he's available. But
exactly.
Trade for him?
Next one's going to be what? What'd you say?
I said trade for him?
Yeah, absolutely. Trade for him. I mean,
if you can.
Don't be afraid to trade. I mean, if you get a guy that, that somebody really wants and you want Chase and he'll give it to you, trade him. Next one is
Sapp talked about earlier. Oh, sorry. I
know
you're
go
excited to get down that list.
I am excited.
I just want to expand on that point. Like, not all trades are terrible. Me and Sapp had a really good trade where we traded A.J. Brown. This is a couple years back. A.J. Brown for Gronk. And I needed to tight end. He needed a receiver, and it worked out. I ended up winning the championship. A.J. Brown actually came on strong and helped him push into the playoffs. So don't be scared to make the trade. I know they look one-sided, but if it benefits your team, then it's okay. So I just wanted to hit that.
Don't let people talk you out of trades that you want.
Oh, absolutely. That's the worst thing.
Yep.
Go with your gut feeling. If you think that player is going to help you out, then just do it. I mean, just go for it.
Yeah. Don't listen to the noise around you, man, because you know what? You're playing against those guys, and they probably go, oh, you want to do this trade? Well, no, that's not going to help you. Listen, trust yourself or trust us to let you know, hey, that's a good trade. If you think you need something, send us a message. We can tell you, hey, is this a good trade or not? We'll give you good points. We'll give you bad points about that trade, possibly. But don't just trust people around you especially who you're contending against, especially if they're, y'all are going for the same goal. Y'all are wanting to win championships. Don't be scared to trade.
Right.
Agreed.
Right. Exactly.
So my next one's going to be Deebo Samuels. I think Sapp, we were pretty close on that one. We already talked about it. He's going to be running a lot more because of, Trey Lance is going to be the quarterback over there. I mean, he did a lot last year with those end rounds, and guys that had him last year were pretty happy with him. You're going to see more of that with Deebo Samuels this year. So if you can get him in a late second, third round, that's a good place to get him. Next one's going to be Stephon Diggs. Apparently, I can't spell the name as well. So, I have Stephon a little bit lower this year than I did last year. Just the fact that he came on strong and then all of a sudden he, kind of tapered off a little bit. And I think this year it's going to be average. We talked about Davis and everything. He's still going to get the catches, the yards, and everything. I just don't think he's going to get the touchdowns like he did when his first year with Josh Allen, because the first year that he was with Allen, he had to prove to the Vikings, like, hey, you know what, guys, you messed up. You let me go. You know what? Look, this is what I can do. Now he's got paid. Now he's established over there. I just don't see Stephon Diggs making a big push this year.
No, I agree with that. The worst thing that I've ever, and I hate it. I love it and I hate it. But the biggest thing that, hurts these wide receivers is getting paid. Right. You see Odell Beckham, you see these guys come out and they absolutely kill it. And then they get paid and they're just never the same. They don't try for the balls. They're a little more diva. It's crazy how the money goes to their head. And hey, they're worth it. The guys that are getting paid, they're absolutely worth it. They're doing things that you can't do. I'm sorry. You'd be getting that money too if you could do it.
You can't do it. No one, there's very few people who can do it.
Exactly.
In the world.
So they're worth it. Don't I'm not knocking that. I'm just, it seems like, there's a lot of guys that come to mind. Zeke Elliott, there's guys that tend to get paid and they're just not the same player. And that sucks. So Stephon Diggs definitely got the bag. And so it just, he said he ain't got to try. You reached your end goal, your end game. Like, I think, and that just tends to hurt some of their mentalities, unless they have that dog mentality. Like a few
Some
did.
people are dogs.
Then anyway, that I wanted to speak on that because y'all did talk about it. You made a great point, Scott, and I just kind of wanted to expand on it.
Yeah, no problem.
So watch.
Polky,
the best time to get players is contract years, and then after they get paid, be a little weary.
Exactly. Polk, can you scroll down just a little bit?
Oh no, I can't do that, man. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate that. Thanks.
But
my next one's going to be Tyreek. Yeah. Next one's going to be Tyreek Hill. He's got something to prove this year. So I think he's going to be a Stephon Diggs kind of type thing because, like I mentioned earlier, he just he's mad at the Kansas City organization for not signing him. And if Tua can get him the ball, that's the problem that I see. I know camps are, everybody's saying, the reports are saying, oh, man, they have a great connection. Tyreek Hill saying he's better than Patrick Mahomes, and I laughed about that. I just,
he has to say that, right?
Huh? Yeah, exactly.
He has to say that. That was in his contract, right? Talk good about it.
Yeah.
Right. His agent standing behind there saying Tua, talk about mention good,
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, he got that contract over there with the Dolphins, but he has something to prove. The only thing that my concerns about him is he's going to be a little bit less touchdown dependent this year. And I think Waddle is going to see more of the effects from that. So I think you're going to see more Waddle as a touchdown dependent than Tyreek Hill.
He does have to worry about Waddle. I agree with you on that one because Waddle is a guy. Waddle's a dog. He's a guy. In my opinion, I think Waddle. Oh, look at that! I forgot that.
Look at that.
Waddle is a fucking guy. And who else was a guy in Kansas City? Kelsey. That was it. It was Kelsey, Tyreek, and what you got? Byron Pringle, who went over to the Chicago.
Mecole Hardman.
Don't forget about him.
Talking about the return specialist, Mecole Hardman. Yeah. But you got
the guy they've been hoping steps into a role for
Miami.
3 years now.
Let's not forget, you still have Gesicki over there in Miami to take away receptions. So you got two other guys that he's still are going to take away some of the receptions from him. But I like him. But
like y'all talked about it. Waddle has that chemistry. He played with Tua last year. So they're trying to establish that right now. But Waddle's already established that. He's played with Tua in college. Yes. He's played with Tua in the pros now. So you got Tyreek Hill coming in, and sure, they paid him. They definitely want to feature him. But if Tua and him don't get that connection early and it don't work out, he's going to lean on Waddle just like he did last year, and that's his guarantee. That's his safe space. So if you don't see him come on hot, then Waddle's definitely going to be a nice a nice addition to your fantasy team.
Agreed. Next one for me is going to be Mike Evans. I mean, Sapp, you've already talked about him.
I think we have the exact same spot actually, and I'm ready.
Yeah, pretty much so. There, he's going to be that. He's going to be that end
That's
zone
gross.
guy. You're gross.
That's gross. It's going to be Julio Jones. Julio Jones is going to eat into the touchdowns.
Hey, you know what?
He will eat into.
We'll talk about Julio here in just a minute. I'll talk about Julio.
No, but Julio's not on your list. I'm telling you, Mike Evans is going to regress because he's touchdown dependent. Julio Jones is going to step up and take.
Is Julio Jones in your top 10?
No,
you put
Mike Evans in neither though. Mike Evans in neither though. So,
all right. So let's jump in.
I'm letting you. All right, I just want y'all to take note. I marked the clip, so we're going to talk about this later on in the year when Mike Evans is doing so well, and Julio Jones just ate about 4 of those touchdowns, and then Godwin come in and he actually went back to form 3 years ago where he caught most of the touchdowns, most of the things out of the slot, and then Mike Evans is just going to sit here saying I'm 6'5", but it's okay, I'm old. Anyway,
okay, we'll talk about it at the end of the season. Don't worry about it. I'll be waiting for that one. All right, next one's going to be CeeDee Lamb. I think we all established that he's the number 1 wide receiver over there. He's going to get the yards. He's going to get the touchdowns. We've already, I said it, on our last program that Dak is going to step up in his role a little bit more. He's going to scramble a little bit more if he can't find them open. You're going to see CeeDee Lamb jump in that role pretty quick over there, and I think he's going to do really well. Some people have him a little higher, like in the 5th and 6th pick. I'm not too confident with that one. I think he's going to be 9, 10, somewhere around there. But guys, what do you think? What do you think of CeeDee Lamb on where I have him at?
So he had 120 targets last year, and then Amari Cooper is going to vacate 104 targets. Right. So I think, exactly. And that's my point. They don't have, a lot of these guys are improving. You don't have Gallup coming in immediately right away at the beginning of the season. Tolbert's a rookie. So I think, and then you got James Washington, who's coming into a new system, and you don't know how that's going to work out. So I think his safety blanket is going to be CeeDee Lamb. I think that, they already established their connection, their chemistry last year. So 104 targets, 120. I think he's going to be well into about 150 targets. I think that puts him above Mike Evans on your list, especially Dak throws for roughly around between 4,000, 5,000 yards. They love to pass it. We've already established all that. So can you agree that he should be one above Mike Evans? We should move Mike Evans from 8 to 9.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Yes, I can agree with that. But
so yeah,
all right. So let's go to my number 10 pick.
Right.
Right, you're 100% correct. But my number 10
thing, like I said with just real quick, the only thing I said with CD is that the only thing I'm worried about is him just being the only guy out there. So
that's my.
Yeah, I have your same concern, Scott.
Yeah.
But I still list him higher. I just think he's too good.
Yeah.
With Pollard, they're going to line Pollard out. I think that's going to draw a little bit of attention. CeeDee Lamb is just if he was a one-trick pony, if he was a Mike Evans, if he was just a deep threat, just that CeeDee Lamb can run a route, so he can get separation.
Yes, he can.
And I think that's going to help him a little bit, especially with the routes he runs. Out of the slot, he did real well. So he is a dog. From what I've seen, especially in his college days. So I think that hurts him a little bit, but. Again, 100 targets, he's going to get some of those. And it's the ball in his hands. He could do great things. So
great. Yeah. So my next one is my last one is going to be Michael Pittman. I know you guys are kind of concerned with that, but hey, you know what? He's got the gunslinger Matt Ryan over there now. Matt Ryan's not getting a lot of love, but Matt Ryan has an offensive line. He has Jonathan Taylor over there. And you're going to see Michael Pittman's number go way high. This guy hasn't had a great quarterback at all. Oh, man, did we lose Polk?
Looks like we lost Polk for a second.
but that's okay. Well, I'll keep talking about Michael.
Keep going. Yeah, keep going. He'll be back.
So, Michael Pittman, he runs a great route. He's 6'2", and he's got a phenomenal catch. He knows how to work the sidelines really good. He has been waiting for a quarterback to come over there to give it, show him what he can do over there. And I love Michael Pittman since he come out of college, but he's just got screwed. He had Rivers there. He had, Jacoby Brisket over there. Hey, what's up, buddy?
No, he wasn't there when Brisket was there. This is his third year.
Oh, this is his third year. I'm sorry. Yeah. But I mean, he had Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz over there.
Yeah.
And it just
getting a good quarterback.
Finally getting a good quarterback over there. And you're going to see his numbers go sky high this year. And I'm very confident that he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver this year.
I don't disagree with you on Michael Pittman. Actually, I do really like Pittman a lot. To me, he wasn't in my top 10, but he's in my top 15 on mine. And he's kind of moving every day. I love Matty Ice. I've loved Matty Ice since he was playing in Boston College and beating the hell out of my Notre Dame team every year. But, Matty Ice can sling it. He's going to sling it. And he's got a lot more weapons now. Pittman,
yes, sir.
He's a little younger. He's 25, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Last year he just not got into his groove. Wentz was finally starting to feed him because he didn't start off too hot. But
no, man, he was horrible, and a lot of people were so upset getting him kind of early in the rounds in the fantasy leagues, and then people were trading him, dropping him, and then all of a sudden, Carson Wentz just picked up in the midseason with him, and he started looking great. And that's the fact that
he finished with over 1,000 yards,
right?
And 6 touchdowns. So that's a solid stat.
It's not bad at all. Yeah. So he's
with 88 receptions. That's it.
129 targets, 88 receptions, 1,082 yards, 6 touchdowns.
You just think what he can do with Matty Ice. He's going to do more. So that's why I got him in my top 10. Going to my value. Yes.
I was going to ask real quick. Michael Pittman's kind of a bigger body, isn't he, as well?
Yes, he's a bigger frame body. He's like 6'4".
He's 6'4". Okay, I knew. I was going to say 6'2". A lot bigger than I thought he was.
Okay. So yeah, agreed. Going on to value picks there, I got Chris Godwin. What's to say about this guy, man? If he's on the field, he is going to be getting you some fantasy points.
Are you concerned that it's been hard for him to stay on the field the past 2 years?
I am concerned.
Pittman's 24. I wanted to. Yeah, he is. He's younger.
24. Right. Nice.
Okay. I'm concerned about his health. I mean, that's what a lot of people are. I mean, last year I think I picked him up in one of my leagues, and I was happy, and then all of a sudden he got hurt, and that really hurt me. But I think he's going to have a little bit better year this year. I don't think he's going to be injury prone like he has been. With the help with Julio, it's a big difference with Julio and AJ. Not AJ Brown, Antonio Brown, being over there, and Gronk looks like lost Polk again.
That's fine.
But,
keep going.
Gronk being gone this year, it's going to help out Chris Godwin this year. And it's going to give him a little bit.
I agree.
So if Gronk decides that he's going to be retired, but I think he is going to. I think Gronk is retired, and it's going to help Chris Godwin out a little bit. So,
so my question is about because that Tampa Bay, since they picked up Julio Jones, is I would say the number one guy is obviously Mike Evans, but that 2, 3, 4. Where does Scotty fit in all this? Y'all have any faith in Scotty?
I have a little faith in Scotty.
Scotty's, huh?
Scotty had his chance to step up last year, and he didn't do that. They brought in Russell Gage for insurance to fill in for Chris Godwin, and he's definitely going to replace Scotty Miller on that depth chart. Scotty Miller's down; he's done. He might even go down to the practice squad. Who knows? but he's not going to be.
I don't think Scotty Miller is
going
to
have
be
speed, but
I don't think he's going to be down. I think he's going to be some way somehow in that team. If it's special teams, punt returns, kickoff returns, whatever. I think Scotty Miller is going to be. I don't think he's
a go that low.
No,
I think someone would pick up Scotty.
Exactly. All right. So my next one, hey, Polk, can you go scroll down just a little bit? Is AJ Brown as a value pick? Look, I know I talked about him, and look, he is AJ Brown. The concerns with him is injuries. Is he going to make that connection with his quarterback? Yeah, of course he is, but he's still going to get you 8 to 10 points, in those games. And I just, you can't completely knock him out and say, no, he's not a top 15 wide receiver or this and that. You can't knock him out. He is AJ Brown. He is a good football player. I just don't, I think he's a value pick. I think he's going to be a great second wide receiver.
Now, do you think AJ Brown is a value pick at his current ADP?
No.
Hey, do you know where AJ Brown
do pretty good?
Do you know where AJ Brown finished last year?
Yeah, he finished up in the top 10. Am I correct?
No.
Where did he finish up at?
Looks like 32nd.
Oh shit. AJ Brown had
when he was playing, he was in the top 10.
60.
Yeah, when he was playing, that's the problem.
869 yards.
Yeah, so he finished as a 32nd. So let me name the 3 receivers ahead of him, right? Van Jefferson, Deontay Smith, and Kendrick Bourne. Christian Kirk actually is ahead of them. So AJ Brown, 32nd receiver in the league last year.
Absolutely. So when he plays, Polk, he's a top 10 wide receiver.
Oh.
When he plays.
He plays.
He is. He was.
Yes, no, I agree with you, but
I think he has top 10 games. Yes. I think AJ Brown has top 10 games, but you don't get that
5
same
games a year.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah. Agreed.
Kevin, don't worry about him. He's all right.
All right, so my next value player is going to be DJ Moore. DJ Moore, with Baker Mayfield being there. Sapp, I know you have major concerns with DJ Moore because you don't know who the quarterback is going to be. Let's face it, guys. The only reason why the only reason why they say this in the Carolina camp is because they have to do something like that. Everybody knows that Baker Mayfield is going to be the number 1 quarterback over there. I cannot see Sam Darnold taking over that role over there with Baker Mayfield.
Do you like Baker
Robbie
Mayfield?
Anderson come?
What'd you say?
Do you like Baker Mayfield as a quarterback?
I do like Baker Mayfield as a quarterback. I really do. I think he's a talented quarterback. I think Cleveland gave up on him too fast. And
I kind of think that too because he made Cleveland drink beer again.
Right? Exactly.
He won the first game in like over a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Right.
He brought him to the playoffs.
Best quarterback in 27 seasons.
I think they fucked over Baker Mayfield. I'm glad Baker Mayfield's somewhere else, but it's the Panthers, so I'm not sure how good Baker Mayfield's going to be. I think he might die at the Panthers.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to die over there. I mean, they got basically his offensive line is just about the same.
I'll tell you what.
As Cleveland.
I'd rather die in Carolina than Cleveland.
There you go. Good job. Exactly.
Yes. I love that. I love it, bro. Fucking.
That's where quarterbacks go to die. Quarterbacks go to die over there, especially Notre Dame quarterbacks. And you know how much I love Notre Dame, Sapp, so that's where they go.
Well, I wish they'd stop drafting them.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, DJ Moore, I think he's a great value player.
Ian Book made it out, right? Ian Book made it out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. He did. Yeah, he's at the Colts. No, sorry, Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
I was thinking about Longhorns.
Yeah.
Ellinger.
But honorable mentions, I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle. I've already talked about him. I think he's going to have a great year. With Tyreek being over there, he's going to see more catches. He's going to see more yards with them. He's already established with Tua. Next one's going to be Allen Robinson. I think Allen Robinson he's going to see way better numbers than he did with Chicago. You're going to see him. He's going to fill in that OBJ role that that he filled in last year. Robert Woods and all that. You're going to see him a little bit more action than you have in a long time. Don't be afraid to draft him in a, I don't know, 6th round if he's still there, 5th, 6th round. I think that's a great place to get him.
So they're obviously going to get OBJ back, though, right? I mean, OBJ showed up to what's his name's wedding even after he told him not to show up, and then he hugged him. And I was like, well, OBJ is probably going to get re-signed by the Rams. Week 4, week 5, do you think that's going to cut into Allen Robinson at all?
I don't think he gets signed over there. I think Cleveland's coming back.
I think OBJ is getting signed.
So,
by the Rams.
I like Allen Robinson. I'm a big fan. He actually, when he don't play with terrible quarterbacks, and he has a career of playing with terrible quarterbacks. He's actually a really good receiver. We talked about it in Jacksonville.
1,000 yards every year.
1,000 yards, 2 seasons, his first 2 seasons, and then he had that injury, and then he kind of went to Chicago. He made Mitch Trubisky look really good. Yeah. So Mitch Trubisky probably only has a job because of Allen Robinson and how well he did. Now, he couldn't do it to Justin Fields, but I think that he's going to come in here. He can run a great route. He is a number 1 receiver playing in the number 2 spot, so he can lead a team. Now the problem is Stafford's a little one-minded with Cooper Kupp. We've seen that with Robert Woods.
Sure.
They forced him to throw it in one game, and it worked out great. But I think Allen Robinson is going to have a very, very lucrative season, but it's not going to be. You don't want to overdraft this guy. This is, like he said, it's the honorable mention.
Yes.
This is a value type of situation. If you go and try to grab him in the 3rd round, you're going to regret it. But if you have him as a solid backup, in case Kupp goes down, in case something like that, he'll be able to step up and take that role and see more targets. Then he's going to be a great addition to your fantasy team.
Absolutely.
And there's no telling. Allen Robinson might actually go to all of those breakfasts and stuff with Kupp. I mean, we don't know. He might go and start. Hey, let's have some breakfasts. Right. Let's do some stuff. You don't know.
Yep. Exactly. So my 3rd one is going to be Julio Jones. All right. And so here's what Julio came out. I talked to him said a little bit about it. He's going to fill in that Antonio Brown role. He's going to come in there and take some possibly taking some catches away from Mike Evans. Okay. You're right about that, Polk. He probably could, but he's going to see also where he's going to see more catches because Gronk's not there this year. So supposedly he's retired. So you're going to see a little bit more of his role going in there. And a lot of people are scared because of his injuries that he had with the Falcons and last year with the Titans. You're not going to see him be that much injury because he's not going to be used as much as he was in the past. He's going to be resting a lot more. So
it's still Julio Jones.
He's still the number 1. He's still the number 1.
Yeah, there's been 4 instances where a quarterback at 30 or wide receiver at 33 years of age actually was in had a very valuable season. I think 3 of those were Larry Fitz. And then who cares about the 4th? So Julio Jones, the odds are stacked against him. Like Scott said, he can still be very productive, especially if he gets some of those touchdowns. Because Gronk, you're missing out on 10 touchdowns. So they got to go somewhere, right? It's still Tom Brady. It's still it's still a great team. So Julio Jones may be able to, and that's where he's going to have that value is if he gets is able to lurk some of those touchdowns. If Mike Evans just don't go grab them all, which I don't think he will, but Cameron Brate hadn't been the guy, and I don't know. Tom Brady don't like him.
Don't forget about Cameron Brate, but Kyle Rudolph sucks. But Brate was good.
Kyle Rudolph is strictly a blocker.
Kyle Rudolph.
So Julio Jones, we're going to see where he fits, and I think he's going to be. he's going to be kind of that red zone guy. He's done it.
Right.
He can go up and get the ball. He's Julio Jones, but he is 33-year-old Julio Jones. So this is
Right.
not,
You
25-year-old
guys,
Julio Jones.
My only concern with all three wide receivers right now is their center is gone for the season. He's done. Can that replacement center?
Yeah, when he threw that ball to him, it really mattered.
Right.
Well, that replacement center is from Notre Dame, and Notre Dame builds linemen. So, let's just say that center is probably going to be okay. You had what's his face?
Can he throw the ball? Is he throwing the ball?
That's not where I'm getting at, Polk. What I'm getting at is that center they have over there, Jensen, is one of the best centers that are around right now. And can that replacement center, whoever they get, can protect Tom Brady? Can he hike the ball correctly?
Notre Dame, he came from Notre Dame, so I think he's probably going to be okay.
He's going to have to, right? That's what we're going to go. He's going to have to. He's going to have to block, or they're going to get somebody else in.
Right.
So I have an opinion. The Julio versus Mike Evans is that I think Julio is going to line up in the slot, and if it comes around in the slot, he's going to get those slants, things like that. If Tom Brady wants to throw it up, then it's going to be Evans. But it's going to be I think they're both going to get a lot of touchdowns. Maybe all.
And that's what
I don't know.
With their schedule. I mean, Julio Jones lining up in the slot. He's going to destroy some of these corners. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still Julio Jones. His first step's still nasty.
He's
still a big body.
He's going to destroy.
He's going to drop somebody on their head. Yeah, and then catch the ball.
He's never been in the slot before. He's always been one or two. You put him.
Let me ask you something. Cowboys are going to be playing week 1. Are you worried about that game?
So Julio Jones has been with the team all of 2 weeks. So no, I'm not. I'm glad we're not playing in week 6.
Yeah. I say the Cowboys say that.
It's still Tom Brady.
Yeah,
we don't have.
Last year it was close.
That's awesome. But we also had Amari Cooper and Gallup, right?
Right.
I don't know if Gallup really did much.
I couldn't remember if Gallup actually was in the.
I think he was coming off an injury.
Gallup was in that game, but
I thought he was coming out of an injury.
Yeah.
But we had Cooper, we had Lamb, we had Schultz, who did surprisingly well.
Right.
We still got Schultz.
I mean, for a year.
Well,
that's all we needed for, right?
Right, exactly.
This year, hell yeah.
All right.
All right, you go on to your next one, man.
Let's go on my bus here. DK Metcalf. Look, man, he's going to be a complete bust. They don't have anybody over there in Seattle.
What do you mean, Scott? He got paid.
Well, great for him. So he's probably not going to be doing anything. You got who's the quarterback? Geno Smith. I mean,
Drew Lock.
No.
Drew Lock.
Oh, Drew Lock is the quarterback.
Oh, well, yeah. Dimes, boy. That's what he's doing over there. He's like, what is that? A little net? I'm going to throw it in there every time.
Yeah. So, guys, DK Metcalf first year was awesome. Second year sucked. Third year is going to be horrible. So, no, I wouldn't even trust DK Metcalf. I wouldn't trust Tyler Lockett this year. I wouldn't trust anybody in that Seattle.
Don't trust Seattle, boys. Honestly, don't draft anybody from Seattle. If you had to pick up DK Metcalf, do it in the 18th round. There's not that many rounds. That's what I'm saying. So
I just would not.
No, I agree. If it's one or the other, I'm honestly going to take Lockett. He's just a little bit more versatile.
Everything. Lockett got it back 2 years ago.
I agree.
So
100%.
Next one's going to be Amari Cooper. Right. Next one's going to be Amari Cooper. So this is a crapshoot. If Deshaun Watson plays, he's going to be great. If he doesn't, he's going to suck.
Don't say great. Don't say great.
Whoa. You think
I didn't say great. Okay, all right. I did say great. Okay, he's going to be average. Average. Okay. Let's admit, Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback. He can make people look good. He made He made D-Hops look good. He made that. Sorry,
Stop. He made D-Hops had a year where he didn't drop a single pass.
Right.
Don't.
Because Deshaun Watson
right,
put it right where he
So
needs
we
to put it
can't.
at.
He didn't. No. Ooh. Oh man. You watch football, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
D-Hops was the better one of that duo.
Okay.
Yes, 100%.
All right.
Sorry.
Murray Cooper will be average with Deshaun Watson if Deshaun Watson plays. If he doesn't,
If Deshaun Watson plays, he's top 18 for sure. What do y'all think?
yeah.
I'll give him that.
Okay.
I mean, he produced. He had what? I think so. He was twice. Hopkins was top 10 2 years with with Watkins. He had Will Fuller look really good there for a time. So
he made Will Fuller look good. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But that's. So I'm not saying Watson's a terrible quarterback. He definitely airs it out, especially with fast receivers. Amari Cooper's not the fastest though. He's more of a technical route runner.
Yeah, he's a route runner.
I'd say like a four-man Julio.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works. I don't.
Mark's still young.
I agree.
Mark's still a lot younger
agree.
than people.
Yep.
20s.
And the last one for me is going to be Michael Thomas. He is going to be a complete bust. He doesn't have a quarterback in the Saints. He hasn't played in, I don't know, almost 2 years. He doesn't know if he wants to show up to work or to play or not. I mean, his foot hurts one day and then it doesn't hurt the next day. I think he's pretty much done. I mean, but everybody thinks he's going to be, coming back strong. He's going to be that top 10 wide receiver again. How's that going to happen when you don't have an established quarterback over there with the Saints? You got Jameis Winston who likes to overthrow the ball. You got Tyson Hill who likes to run the ball. You got, the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton over there who sometimes can throw the ball right. Just depends on what day he wants to play. So you tell me if he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver or a top 20 wide receiver. I don't think he is.
Don't let the NFL tell you he's the Red Rocket. He's not the Red Rifle. He's Red Rocket. Always has been. But I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Not a fan. Hadn't played football in so long. He definitely, the club, the Seattle Seahawks are not a fan of Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is not a fan of the Seattle Seahawks. So I don't. I mean, if he wasn't the only player, if he wasn't the only player left on that team, I think he would be parting ways.
Are you talking about the Saints?
Or Saints? Sorry, Saints.
The New Orleans Saints.
The New Orleans Saints. Yeah. Anyway. We were talking about DK, and I was still on it.
Yeah.
But if he wasn't the only player left on that team, you got Kamara suspended 6 games. You don't have you got Chris Olave. That's the only, no one established on that team anymore. So it's Michael Thomas. He's the only one that's been through it on that offense. Really, that's a playmaker. And so, I mean, really, honestly, if they were pushing it, I think they would go ahead and let Michael Thomas go. They didn't got anybody else, and so they're going to deal with him.
Also,
but I really think that there's. Say again.
No Sean Payton.
Exactly.
Right, no. It's I'm not a fan. I don't think. I mean, just with. Why would you game plan for this guy if he don't even want to be a part of the team?
No, he doesn't. He does not want to be there, and just let him go.
Let him come to the Cowboys.
Yeah,
we could use him.
All right, Polk. I'm done with that. So, do you want to take a break or you want to jump into yours?
Well,
that's up to y'all.
Let's take a 5-minute break and we'll come back.
I can take a break. Yeah, take a break.
Okay.
All right, guys. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back with you with Polk's picks and in the show.